Good evening. Once again, I'm in my GTI having fun. And if you look at the temperature, it's gone down to 59 degrees. My air intake is also the same. And that means that the turbo is very happy. It's going to have nice cold air. So we're going to have a little, as we go down the road here. Oh, I got the green light already. All right. I'm in Tiptronic mode. Here we go, ready? I just bought new tires for my Golf R. I'm still holding back on the, well, I'm still in the process of going to get in the lowering springs. But with that debacle, I'm just kind of on hold now. I'm probably going to let FS Tuning order them from me and then let them deal with it. And then I'll just get it put in when they get them. But I'm in consult. It's my tuner shop, so they're going to take care of me. But I did get new tires. For some reason, I've never had good success with Continental. My GTI came with Continentals, this one. And I would hear like a thump, 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 thump. Almost not a bearing sound, but like less subtle than a bearing going bad. More like just like a tire sound. Because when you spin faster, it would, you know, it would just be subtle, but it was like a little thumping. I'm like, and I remember the guy I took on the test drive, they go, of course they're trained not to hear it because they know it's the tire. So they go, I don't hear anything. I said, you don't hear that? Like, so here, look, listen. I made him listen to it. He goes, yeah, that's normal. It ain't normal to me, man. I got rid of Continental and I got Pirelli and I've never been more happier. So now I'm doing the same with my Golf R. Same thing, thump, 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 thump sound inside the tire or something. There's a guy stopped in the middle of the road up here. No, he's off to the side. Don't know what they're up to. Ooh, that looks dangerous. It was like an old school Bronco. Anyway, so what I got was a new tire that Pirelli's making. It's called the PZ4. No, it's not the ZR model. There's one that's called ZR. It's like $480 a tire. And they're out of stock, by the way. There must be a lot of people with supercars. But mine is going to be the one that actually is original equipment. So they were made for the Audi S3 stock, and which also applies to the Golf R. And it's called the luxury version of the PZ4. So it's called the Pirelli PZ4. It's 235, 35, R19. Hold on, let's get that. So it has like a little, let me roll up the window so you can hear me better. Then I don't rupture my spleen like, but it actually is made for the Audi S3 and the Golf R. So there's like very, very good shoulder blocks on it. I mean, they got a special chemical compound in it that makes it very grippy on the outer edge of the tire. And then on the inner edge of the tire, there's more grooves so that when you're cornering, it'll also work better. So, I mean, there's a lot of cool things about the tire you can read up on. Then there's longitudinal lines, of course, that make it less noisy. So they'll be like more smooth. And it's called luxury because it's meant to be in a car like a Golf R and the Audi S3. So it's going to be sporty. It's going to be, it's high performance because it's a summer tire. So it's 91Y, which is 186 miles per hour. It's the speed rating. The only thing that I'm going to have to see is the tread wear is 220. So I'm probably going to go through them quicker, especially because it's all-wheel drive in the Golf R. But I'm excited to see. I just got them on last week. So I'll probably do a video showing you them. I've been meaning to get a video out, but I think it's a good time right now because of the cooler weather. I'm going places that a lot of people don't go. So, I mean, if you were in the FBI, you'd have a hard time finding me because I go down these roads, you go, where do you go? I don't take the normal way back. I do a very circuitous route. My years of playing video games, you know. So, good things are happening, man. Good things are happening. On the video game front, are you guys aware of some really cool video games? Are you excited like I am about the new Star Wars Jedi Survivor? Cal Kestis? I think that's going to be a really good one. I think it comes out on March 17th. I already got mine pre-ordered. I'm actually going I'm going to get like the 26-inch figure. I think it said 26 inch. It's going to be a nice one of Cal Kestis and BD1. And I think we may find out that Cal Kestis knew Anakin. So you may see him actually come into the actual live action storyline of Star Wars. So we'll see what happens. But it was a great video game. I loved it, and the trailer looks awesome. So you should check it out. It's on YouTube. It's all over. I'm sure, unless you're under a rock, you've already seen it. I'm actually playing a really good one called Callisto Protocol right now. It is very good. It's a survival horror game, and there's a connection to Dead Space. So it's one of the guys or creators of Dead Space is on the team that is doing the Callisto Protocol game, and you can tell it's really cool. And there's some similarities, how to kill them and stuff, and it's fun. It's very good. That could be a movie too. Really, the only good things right now worth doing are video games, because movies stink. They really do. They just forgot how to tell stories in the movies, so they keep rehashing these old stories. That's it. I just want you to hear the exhaust a little. Now that's something an electric car will never be able to do, right? I got my fingers here, I'm shifting, I feel connected to the car. There's a great sound in it. Boy, I made that light usually stays red for a while. And I'm not really going for it, this is just like casual. And it's time for a new oil change. This will be my first oil change since the rebuilt engine. I'm gonna have fun. And I probably will have I'm probably gonna do new wheels and tires for this baby in the coming year as well. So I'm gonna get some really cool wheels that look really nice. I'm kind of going for like a black gloss, kind of like my Golf R has, because they'll look uniform together, and I'm impressed with the way how they hold up. So I'm gonna probably get Enki ones called the TD5. That's one I'm leaning toward. It looks like a VW kind of in the spokes. So I'm gonna do that one, possibly. I've always used to do the alloy wheels, which I like them. I like that machined look where it's black and then the metal comes through. But quite frankly, they don't hold up well. They look cool for a while, then they look horrible. Whereas the black, like the gloss black ones I have on the Golf R, look great still. Oh yeah, you should have felt how it felt when I got the new tires. All 4 new Pirellis on my Golf R. It felt like I was sitting higher, even though maybe it was in my mind, but it just felt like it was sitting a little higher. And they were like a little more, I just felt more solid and connected to the ground. You could feel the difference, because I was used to driving the Continentals, and I'm not saying anything bad about Continental. There's people that swear by them, and they're expensive tires. By the way, these PZ4s were not cheap. They were like $243 per tire. So installed, it was like $1,080 out the door. But I'll be set for a long time. See, I had the option of getting the free tire from Volkswagen. Then I'd still get the Continental replacement. They'd make me pay $15 because it's an extra load tire, and it's like a special one that they order. You don't get it scot-free, even though you're supposed to. It says it covers up to $200, and you're $200. I paid $15 last time. So I could go through the rigmarole, but I had 2 tires that were patched at least 2 times. And the one that went bad was barely leaking, but it was, and it'd been patched 3 times. So if I would have went to Volkswagen, they go, well, if we can patch it, we'll fix it. I have to tell them, no, it's been patched 3 times. Then if I tell you, you're not supposed to patch it 3 times. We can't even touch it. Or they'll say, well, okay, we'll replace it. We got to order it a week from now. Oh, okay. So I could have done that whole rigmarole, and I'd have 1 tire that's good, then the other 2 that are hanging on for dear life, or the other 3. So I figured, you know what? The heck with it. Get all 4 tires. They're all Pirelli, which I believe in. I mean, Formula One uses Pirelli. Pirelli's got a good name. There's an Italian connection to the GTI. The guy that designed the GTI was Italian. Guigiaro or something like that. So that's why I like Pirelli, and I love them. I like the sound of P0. They don't call it P0 Nero now, it's just P0, PC4. That's the ones I get now. Luxury, extra load. So that's the ones I got. Not on this one, not to confuse you. I still got the Pirelli's P0 Nero GTs on these. I don't know if they're phasing those out. But the tread wear on these, even though they're summer, they're still holding up. But I kind of picked the wrong time to get them because we're supposed to go to freezing weather. It says, do not ride these below 45. We cannot guarantee that they won't crack. And I'm like, man. And people are saying by Christmas Eve it's going to be 15 degrees or something in parts of Florida. I'm like, what? What happened to global warming, you know? So it's going to get cold for Christmas here, then it's going to hopefully warm right up. We're going to get another sound coming up here. Hi everybody, don't mind us, we're mild-mannered people. That was nice. See, you take the exit. Oh, you can't see. You wait for the last second to turn. Woohoo! All right, we gotta cool it. Kool-Aid. We're making the green lights like there's no tomorrow. Look at it. We made another one. Don't have to even stop. Just keep on and going. I'm in 4th. Let's go to 3rd. This is 55 here. And that was fast. By the way, I'm going to introduce a new fast to my Golf R. Been getting them prepared, cleaning them up, polishing them. Got them from a friend that used to drive a GTI, and now he's fallen. He's fallen away from the faith. I'm trying to bring him back. He bought a Toyota. What can you do? I don't know. He's having fun, but I'm trying to gently woo him back. A Volkswagen. He used to have a GTI, a Mark V as well, and I bought the guitar from him because he didn't want it. I got the Volkswagen guitar because I didn't get one. The campaign was right before I bought mine. The year before, or a few months before I bought mine, they just finished that campaign, and I didn't get the guitar back. So now I have one. But he also said, "Hey, do you want my fast?" I said, "Yeah, yeah." I was gonna buy it from him. He just gave it to me. So I'll be finding a unique way to introduce my new Fast, who is pristine. He's right out of the box, like he came from the factory. And he's going to be in my Golf. I love the Fast campaign. It was a really smart campaign. It was really... Something interesting about it is that the Fast is in us all. Maybe not all, but most all. And that the GTI was designed to make your Fast happy. That's what brought me in, and it's actually true. And I really loved the whole thing. So whoever was part of that campaign was brilliant. You know, I heard they're going to be making a TCR again. So they're changing course. Remember, all the efforts would be to go to electric, and go away from the gas-powered cars and stuff. Well, Volkswagen has had a change of heart. I think they're going to make another version of the GTI TCR, I believe. Be a special edition, like the most powerful one ever. So that's kind of neat to hear. I'm not up on all the Volkswagen news, but that would be awesome. And by the way, my theory has always been, I've been saying this, it's not like I just, I'm late to the party. I've been saying this for like 10 years, that the real trick is they're going to have an epiphany. They're going to realize, and now it's come out that it's actually what's happening. They're going to say that nobody deserves a car. That's what's going to happen. If you let it, if you out there let it, you will not be able to have a car one day, because you're just sitting here accepting everything that they're doing. We cannot accept what they want. We have to rebel. Did you ever hear about the resistance? That's what you have to be. You have to stand up for your rights, you have to stand up for your freedoms, and you have to stand up for the automobile. Electric cars are not going to replace these. And they don't intend it to happen either. They're pretending like they want it to happen. They're going to have an epiphany. You know what it's going to be? Guess where electricity comes from? Let me figure it out. Where does over 99% of all electricity come from? Does it come from the air? No. Does it come from the earth? Is it green? No. How do you make it? Coal-burning power plants. So if you make everyone go to electric cars, you will blow up the grid, which is also their plan. So they want to blow up the grid. Listen to Klaus Schwab. He'll tell you. Well, you think COVID-19 was bad? That was child's play. The next big attack will be a cyber attack. Oh, wonder why? Because he's doing it. He's getting you prepared. Bill Gates came out with a new thing. Guess what? They're now discovering there might be a new, probably man-made, but don't tell anybody. There'll be a new virus. You know what it's going to be? It's only going to target children. You should run in fear. Run in fear. Give money. Give money to the pharmaceutical companies. Make a vaccine that's not a vaccine. I better not say that, because people think you can be banned for that. But the thing is, I'm not being controversial. I'm just actually talking about the facts. No vaccine has ever been an mRNA gene editing therapy. So to be actually scientifically factual, what they invented was an emergency protocol issued under Emergency Use Authorization Act. And the only way they could release it under Emergency Use Authorization Act, if you look at the law, nothing can be able to aid you in any way whatsoever, or it's not allowed to be released. Now you know why they were so adamant saying, nothing works, nothing works, nope, doesn't work. Vitamin C, nope, vitamin D, doesn't work, don't try it, nothing works. You know why they were so adamant? If they admitted officially that anything could help in any way, it cannot be released under Emergency Use Authorization Act. That's the actual law. This is not controversy. This is actual fact. You should read things. And you know, I listened even on the news all along, the whole pandemic, okay? I call it the plandemic, but that's okay. But all along, all right, the survival rate of that thing, the virus, was always above 98%. Did you know that? It never went below 98%. But then the experts will say, yes, but 2%? It's a pandemic if it's 2%. Right? But the truth of the matter is, what they were telling you to your face while telling you all this other junk, the survivability rate means 98+% of all people will survive. Okay? It never dropped below that the whole time. I listen. I remember things. I got a pornographic memory. Photographic memory. Right? I really do. I actually can remember things. And I know that they said that early on. They didn't say it for months, then they said it again. And actually the survivability rate's way higher now. So, and the people that have taken the vaccine are now having health issues. And the deaths that occurred from the vaccine and people that are vaccinated have surpassed all those who have been unvaccinated. And the other fact to hit you with is that those that died, as sad as it is, and I'm not taking away anything that happened, the poor people that died had 4 comorbidities or more. A comorbidity is something that you're dying from anyway. You could be morbidly obese. You will die from that. If you weigh 1,000 pounds, you will not live long. Okay? If you have a heart disease or heart condition, you're not going to live. It's already affecting your life. If you have a lung problem, if you have an immunodeficiency, okay? Your immunodeficiency, okay? Check the facts. The people that died had up to 4, okay, or more, and that's the facts. I mean, you can't be afraid of looking for truth, people. That's what journalism is supposed to be. Journalists are not supposed to go, yes, the government told us this is what it is, and that's what we must report. If anyone reports contrary to that, that's called fascism. Okay, that is the definition of fascism. When your government tells you you cannot disagree with it, you cannot have opinions that are separated from it, you are now living in a totalitarian state. Even Bill Maher has woken up a little bit, okay? Bill Maher is a lefty. But you know what he was? He's a classical liberal. He used to believe in free speech, and he still does. He's of the old school, of the people that used to question authority. I grew up through that time. The real lefties used to be against war, which, where are those people? They're not those people anymore. We're trying to start World War III right now. Why? Okay? Just ask who's behind all these things. Okay? Ask yourself, why do they want to start World War III with Russia? Why did that become a new thing now? Anyway, I'm sorry for getting into politics, but the thing is, these are my opinions. Does it mean that I'm right? No. Search for yourself. Okay? There's people that are telling you to your face they're going to destroy the system so they can install a new one. They want to destroy the food supply. That's why over 99 food centers have been burnt down to the ground. Do you think that's a little curious that like, let's say one plant burnt down? Yeah, you're a conspiracy theorist, okay? How about 10? Yeah, you're still a conspiracy theorist. When you get to past 90, which is already, I think it's over 100 actually now, but it's past 90 worldwide. Shouldn't you think, maybe there's something to this? I mean, how could food distribution plants, people that are actually making food for us to consume by the millions, are burning down? Okay? We don't live in a genteel society like our parents did. We don't live in a respectful society like our parents did. We don't live in a society where there's ladies and gentlemen. I would like to again. We have to stand up and fight for everything we got. And freedom is not free. People died to make you free. And we're only one generation from slipping back into totalitarianism. All I'm telling you is, I'm not telling you what to do or what to think. And I'm not telling you what you should believe. I'm telling you you should think for yourself. And that's how you know the truth. And that's how you should judge someone that's telling you the truth. You shouldn't judge someone that tells you, well, this is what they say, and that's what it is. And stay away from me. Anything you say, bounce off me. I'm rubber, you're glue, whatever, Everything you say bounce off me and sticks on you. Oh, yeah. If that's how you feel, I can tell you right now, historically speaking, you are on the wrong side of history, folks. You are on the wrong side of history. And here's my feeling. I mean, haven't you watched enough sci-fi movies in your life? I've been a sci-fi fan since I've been alive. What did all the sci-fi movies warn us of? A dystopian future where everybody wears a green foil suit and walks around like a brain-dead zombie doing what the government tells you to do. So you know what? If someone told me tomorrow, this is what you have to do, you know what I will do? And what you should do? And it's up to you. You should run from those people and you should do the exact opposite. And that's the way I live my life, baby. I'm Irish. I'm American. I'm a free thinker. I'm a free speech person. I believe in the First Amendment. It says Congress shall make no law. Congress shall make no law. Congress shall make no law. Wasn't it neat, the founding fathers? They thought the most important thing to do is to tell Congress what not to do. And that's the genius of our Bill of Rights. Congress shall make no law respecting the establishment of religion, nor prohibiting its free exercise. I modernized the language. Free exercise is meaning motion, movement, exertion, and effort. Religious people aren't supposed to be quiet and take a back seat and shut up and keep your opinions to yourself. The free exercise thereof clause is that we're allowed to speak freely, we're allowed to think freely, we're allowed to act freely. As long as you don't infringe upon someone else's freedom, you are free. And that's where it draws the line, the tip of the nose of you and me. You have a right to think what you want, dress the way you want, live the way you want, be who you want. No one should tell you what you should be. Whoever you want to be, you be who you are. Those are the true things of a free society, okay? And that's what I'm for. And I'm not for the government telling you what you ought to eat, what you can't eat, what you should eat or not eat. And I'm not here to tell you that you should believe a certain way or that you should give money to certain people or anything like that. And the shame of it is, we're marching down. You know, someone said, how do you like the first 3 years of communism? It's just being introduced now. If you let it, the worst case is you will have zero Bill of Rights anymore. You will have a totalitarian government. You will have not the ability to travel, because they will take that away from you. You won't have the ability to have body autonomy. You will be forced inoculations. They will literally, like they're doing in China, they will tackle you and open up your arm and jab you with some medicine. This is where they're heading. Do you want to be free? You got to do something about it. You got to start thinking for yourself. And where are the true journalists? Find out what the truth of the story is. Don't believe the government, right? Don't believe some agent of the government. Don't believe me. Search, research, do your own research. That's what they say you shouldn't trust, right? When people say that, because they want you to be controlled. Okay, it's all about control. If you're controlled and you're compliant, and this was all rolled out to see how much you would put up with. The real goal is digital currency in your bloodstream. Okay, I'm gonna make you look up something right now. If you want to look up something, you'll freak out. Do a search, okay, on Google. Just put WO 2020 060606. Isn't that funny? It's the number of the beast. Oh, that's a funny patent number, isn't it? That's what it actually is. It's Bill Gates' patent. WO 2020. Think of the year. 060606. Tell me what that comes up to. It's going to say cryptocurrency in your bloodstream. I got news for you. I bet you already have it. I bet you it's in there right now. I don't. I know for a fact I don't. And I'm not going to tell you why, because it's up to you to figure it out. But that's their goal. Digital currency. And then once they have that, guess what they can do? So, Mr. So-and-so, I understand that you hold views that are not according to the state. You are not proper in your views. Your paycheck was supposed to come today. You're going to get 50% of your paycheck until you abridge your behavior and you act accordingly. Because guess what? When digital currency is real, when it's not real cash that you actually hold in your hand, those who control the currency control you. So they'll say, you don't get paid this week until you comply with the government, until you comply with correct thinking. Your thinking is not correct. You have to come in line with the orthodoxy. This is what they warned churches would do. Guess what? Churches have never done it since the Spanish Inquisition days. We're long from those days. Guess who the new Inquisition are? It's the politically correct. But they're no ones. They're nobodies. They're just compliant people, like they say, useful idiots, that are leading the people like Klaus Schwab to take over. Because once they take over, they'll kill them off first. Because they're just useful idiots, you know? And the people like us will be left to fight because they know we're not going to go easily. But the people that think that if they go along with them, they'll be okay, you'll be wiped out just like everybody else. You'll be the first ones they come after because they don't like people that are weak like you. They want people that are going to be strong, that are going to stand up for them. So, anyway, sorry about getting into all that. But now you know. Those are my thoughts. And I usually keep them to myself, to be honest with you. But that we have lived in such a crazy time right now, I feel like if you don't say something, you know, are you part of it? Maybe. You know, and I don't want you to, you know, freak out about the future. There's people that are sensitive. They go, oh, I don't want to know all this. You know, in a way, it is a curse to know too much because that's why people used to say in the old days, ignorance is bliss. You know, ignorance is bliss. If you stay ignorant, you will be happier. And I don't want you to become bogged down. I happen to believe in God, too. So that's what gives me hope for the future. John Knox once said, a man with God is always in the majority. Because if God's on your side, you can't lose. So that's what I'm saying. Get right with God. Come to God's side. If God doesn't exist, you're still going to be okay. You know why? Because if you live the way God wants you to live, your life will be better. You'll be happier. You'll be more independent. You won't let people tell you what to do because you have a higher calling. And you're not going to be fooled by all this stuff because we already read about it. We read the book. we win in the end. So that they can't take that away from us. So, I mean, there's even Christians in the early church. They were told, do not be blinded by the god of this age. The god of this age are the people that are telling you, come on, come on. There's no such thing as family anymore. Nah, what's a family? Family's nothing. You shouldn't believe in family. You can't tell me what a family is. So we went from saying, accept people, which you should accept everyone, to now they're saying, I can't believe what family truly is, and that I can't have an opinion on what a family is. So it's turned over to where it's not about tolerance, it's completely about intolerance. It's about a worldview that has no room for people like me. And there's millions of us out here, multiple millions of us. So if we stand up and do something, look out. We can get anything accomplished we want to get accomplished. I think there's more of us than them. I do really believe that. And if not, all hope is lost, right? And I don't believe that. I think people can be turned around too, because they are human beings and they get caught up in the fever of, oh yeah, this is what I want to be a part of. It's like the greatest thing. Oh, let's give money to Ukraine. Why are you giving money to Ukraine? If you put trillions of dollars into infrastructure, we'd have a better country. If you take care of the homeless in our country, they would have homes. All the money we spent to Ukraine, you could have all the homeless people living in mansions right now. Not that they would probably ruin them, but I mean, there's probably a better solution than just giving them a mansion. But I'm saying is, that's just an example. You could have put them all. You could have built homes for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Why are you giving money to Ukraine? Why? Why is that just? Why did everyone just go along with that? That's called the NPC line of thinking. You're a non-player character, like in Dungeons and Dragons. You just go around. Don't be an NPC. Be a player character. Be a person that you're part of the story. You're making the decisions for your life and your character so that you live and that you survive and that you beat the evil that's in the world. That's why Dungeons and Dragons taught me. Anyway, I'm done. Have a good day.